All right, guys, so we are on lesson 12 of our fairy tale writing. And what I want to talk to you about today is that when it comes to a certain point in our fairy tale writing, we need to start editing. Now, when you think of editing, you probably think of checking for spelling, making sure all of your sentences have periods, capitalized letters, that sort of thing. But it can also mean changing or doing some things to your sentences that you have. So on my screen, I have a few sentences from a part of my story. It says Cinderella walked to the door. She was surprised. She was given an envelope. She opened it. She read the invitation. Now I want you to think about what I just wrote, and does it sound smooth or does it sound choppy? Looking at my sentences, I can see that they're all very short sentences. Some of them barely even 4 or 5 words. So it sounds pretty choppy to me. So some things that I can do to make sure my sentences are smooth and that my story flows, I could add in more sentences. I could describe what the character is feeling, seeing, or saying. I could add in some dialogue. Some of my characters could have a conversation, or I can add in some action. And it's important to do these things because you don't want your fairy tale to be just an example of a fairy tale adaptation. You want it to have some personality, some special part that makes it unique to your own. I think of it as when we talk about like basketball, for example. You know, you think of all the famous basketball players like LeBron and Michael Jordan and all of these people. And yes, they were famous basketball players, but they were famous because they added their own personality to the game of basketball. And that's what I want us to kind of have that mindset as we go into our writing. So let's add and edit our work. Cinderella walked to the door. So if she's walking to the door, she has to open it to see who's on the other side. So maybe she opened the large white door. Hesitant to what might be on the other side. She was surprised. What kind of noises do people make when they're surprised? Maybe she gasped. She was given an envelope. It was a heavy envelope with thick white paper and a dark red seal on the other side. She opened it. She read the invitation. How could she be reading it? She read the invitation quietly to herself, taking in the few moments she had to herself. Okay. So do I have some short sentences still? Yes. Do I have some longer sentences? Yes. That adds a little bit more depth and variety to my fairy tale. So that's what I want you to work on today. I want you to find a piece of your fairy tale that you've already written or typed out before from last week's lessons or earlier for this week. And I want you to edit it. I want you to think, does it sound smooth or is it choppy? And if it is choppy, what things could you add or do differently so that your story flows smoothly? Happy writing!